Sir, I believe there was some veiled attacks on you in PKR Congress. I mean, they didn't really mention your name, so would you like to respond something on that?
The what attacks on me?
Basically, and then some traitors, some...
Yeah. But they have said that for the last 2 months, you know. And I think it's probably because, you know, we can pretend up to a point. We can show that we are not afraid. We can show that we have solidarity. We can show nothing's wrong with the party. I think they can continue to do that. But the day of reckoning will come when the people will see through them. You know, so that's the best response I can take off. You know, I will. You know, Zaid Hussein, for example, is very arrogant about those who wants to leave can leave, and if you want to hang yourself, please do so. You know, and but here is a leader that hasn't achieved much himself. Who's he trying to talk about? You know, look, has he won anything in the political sense? You know, he said there's a merger between Parti Rakyat and Keadilan, but the followers didn't follow him. The party stayed where didn't follow him. So to me, there's a lot of failures in the party, but who aspires because of the 208 phenomena, who thinks they are bigger than what they actually are. And so when they see me coming and expressing myself and talking about it, they see that I'm a troublemaker for their plan. You know, but I'm here not to make anybody prime minister or what. I have my own political beliefs, and I'm the sort of person that I've proven over the years in my political life that I speak out my mind. Whoever wants to listen to me. You know, I've done that in UMNO at great cost. You know, also power crazy. Did I do all that because I was looking for power in UMNO? So if I wasn't in UMNO, power crazy, then you think I'm a power crazy now? So, you see, people can make fun of you, but that's because they are not sure themselves. They're not sure what they want to do. You know, they can spin, as I said. They can do a happy ending Congress, you know, and say they will investigate this, they will investigate that. But I'm sure the days of PKR are numbered. I'm quite sure of that.
So just hypothetical, not hypothetical, just a question. Do you see yourself as a leader for the third flash?
No. No. I've never said I will be a leader of any. I may be a leader in terms of my ideas, maybe. You know, maybe I will speak things that people have not spoken of. Maybe I will articulate things that I think will take 20 years from now to be a reality. Maybe, but I never aspire to be a leader in the sense of having position of any kind. No. Because I believe that change requires sacrifice. That's in the nature of things. If you look in the history books, you know, people who propose change or who are seeking for change, who are trying something new, they have to pay a heavy price for that. But that's part of the thrill, because if you think with sufficient conviction that you are doing something good, and in the years to come, that things happen, that is your reward. Reformist, I call it, or if you are a phony reformist, you will sound good. You will articulate the right sound bites, you know, but you don't do these things. You don't believe in them. I mean, that distinguishes between the phony and the real. And so I mean, if you look at the election of the PKR, you know, to me it was deliberately done. It was fraudulent. It was done in such a way to ensure certain people will not lose. And how could I condone it? So, Ms. Jocelyn Tan or Terence Neto or Sayuti can say what they want about me, but I have my reasons. I was reading that a typically sad state of our country. The highest court in the land, the federal court, refused to answer certain very fundamental question referred to it by the by the Court of Appeal. Law pertaining to about laws relating to freedom of religion, pertaining to the powers, the conflicts between the Islamic administration law and the civil law. I mean, these are central to the future of this country. How do you resolve conflicts involving faith, involving people, involving family? But our federal court, for some reason, strange reason, would not answer those questions. Of course, they gave their justification why. But that sort of courage is what this country needs. You cannot address, you must be true to your profession. If you are judges, you must be true to the oath of office that you must defend the law and the Constitution. And so you must decide. The moment you abdicate this, you pass it around, you become political animal as well. And I feel bad, I feel sad that things are like this are not addressed in this country. I mean, you look at the issues of corruption. You know, of course, at some point we've heard about it. You know, the scourge. Even Mahdi said, you know, even God will punish us, you know, and things like that. But the problems are endemic in our society. And how can people be served by the leaders if they are corrupt? You know, and there are so many other issues of education and of public health, of everything. And I think we don't talk about these things enough, intelligently. We talk about what? On the one hand, you have all propaganda, and on the other hand, you have all conspiracies. So between propaganda and conspiracy, where does that leave us? You know, so I just want to contribute my bit there and see if we can talk about other things.
Since assume, so we can say that your relationship with PKR is somewhat strained. How would you?
There is no relationship. It's not strained.
No relationship. So how would you consider yourself, your relationship with us and DAP?
No, I don't worry about relationship with anyone. I mean, I don't think you want to get into a relationship unless you know why you want to get into a relationship. Isn't it, Stephanie? Why you want to get into a relationship? You must know why. If you share common ideas and believe in political belief, then you collaborate. You see, some people collaborate to gain power. Some people want to get more seats, they want to win election. You know, I come from a slightly different angle. I would like to get power, of course. I mean, no politician don't want power. But I would rather give priority to sharing and alliances of ideas, of political, of policies that we all agree. If I have agreement or support from some groups, I welcome them. But I'm not going to go and say, excuse me, can we pakat, can we be together so that I can win my seats? No. To me, electoral success is secondary.
Contesting in the next general election, which seat are you taking?
I will probably contest a seat somewhere where I live. And I live in PJ, you know. So it makes sense for me to contest somewhere around here. And but there are many seats around. And if I can find one that suits me and they can accept me, yes, I will.
Suits you meaning, do you have a short list in your mind already? Or?
No, I don't have a short list, but I think it's be around here.
In light of the way your image reputation has been taken such a hard hit lately, how are you planning to get this message across first to the grassroots and then once your party is formed to the government?
My image hasn't got a hard hit. No. It's just that a lot of fellas are angry. When you are angry, then you say nasty things. And they are angry because I have disturbed this illusion, this dream. You know, suddenly they have this idea that, you know, the opposition is getting stronger, that the opposition leader will be this and that, will do for the country. But I am giving them a wake-up call. And nobody likes to be woken up, especially if you've got a good dream. You know, I'm just saying that, look, There are a lot of flaws in this system, in this opposition, in this Keadilan especially. And the leaders that you think you know, you don't really know, and so on and so forth. So they don't like it. But over time, I think they will understand what I'm trying to say. So it won't be, they will like me again, hopefully. No, I think what will happen, it will take some years for people even to understand what democracy means. I mean, why is it good for them? Some people don't even think it's good for them. So you have to go first through the process that actually is good for you. And, so it's a learning process for all of us, we're all comfortable with things. So, but democracy is actually very empowering. It makes the people, it makes the individual free. And when the individual is free, that's when the talent is unleashed. That's when ideas flourish. And that's why democracy is always, countries are always more developed than any other system. But democracy brings with it the risk to the people in power, because the people in power would not want that, because they like for people to follow them as much as possible. So there's always this contestation between the individuals and the state. So it's not going to happen tomorrow. So my political party, or the political party that we're going to talk about all these issues, just hopefully will be able to influence more and more people to accept the empowering, the notion of a truly democratic state. Because you see, in any state, there are powers, vested powers, that do not want this. The bureaucrats, the civil service, the religious bureaucrats, the groups of people with power, everybody wants to keep that power. Why would they want to let the people be empowered? So it's always difficult. It will take time. And I don't know if my political party can make any difference in the short term, but in the long term, yes. Well, the lesson is probably you should do a lot more due diligence when you do something. As a lawyer, I should know that. You should check a bit more about the place of work you want to go in, the political party you want to go in, I suppose I didn't do that much due D. We, as lawyers, we always tell our staff, our client, we got to be careful, we got to be, perhaps I wasn't very careful about my choice of political party. But having said that, I'm also happy that I did, because if you don't go in, you don't know things from near. Of course, when you talk now, people will say I talk because I gila kuasa or all that, but that's better. But at least I can talk from experience. So it's a plus.